Allora, signorotti belli, bentornati su Over Foolish, sono le 13:13 e oggi per voi abbiamo una specialidad, una demo creata da uno dei nostri follower chiamata Alchemical Reaction, che prontamente vi vado a startare perché è interessante. Hello Poki, I'm your wall B3. Eccoci, allora, prima di tutti i volumi perché sono tipo altissimi. Allora, un po' più bassini. 1, 2, te lo vado a catturare. Me lo vado a abbassare perché mi sta premendo nelle orecchie come non lo so, un Rocco Siffredi al lavoro. Allora, cattura finestra, Chemical Reaction. No, non è questo. È questo. Ok, e poi te lo vado a sistemare. Ragazzi, questo giochino l'ha fatto tutta la nostra Cizuni, che è presente in chat. È tutto frutto del suo sacco, quindi proviamolo subito. New game. Your journey is about to begin. First things first. What is your name, alchemist? Over. Dove lo scrivo? Qua. Over. Thank you for your cooperation, Over. And what did you look like again? Sono un figo. Your character will have a masculine appearance, especially mage. Good. Now one last thing. How should we refer to you? Ah, ci sono anche i pronomi, I see, you'll be referred as he from now. Good luck, little alchemist. I've been waiting for an hour or so. It seems that it were only 5 minutes before my departure and still there was no sight of my companion. To think we are just a second away from the capital. Over, I'm so sorry, I woke up late. All inclusive, esatto. Ah, che bellini i disegni. Si sono tutti fatti dalla nostra Chizuno. Guarda che bellini. Guarda le proporzioni. Guarda i riflessini nei capelli come il mio avatar. I knew you would be. I thought you set an alarm. You could have at least asked your mother to wake you up. I know. Mother tried to wake me up, but it was too tiring. Didn't even budge. She said I was even talking back to her in my sleep. Well, you still managed to get her on time. Are you ready to go? The train can leave without us. And I'd be rude if to keep everyone waiting. Standing before us was the result of 5 long, tedious years of work, dedication, sweat, and tears. Se ci pensi... Sì, e te... Ma i colori invertiti, occhi rossi e capelli blu. Oddio, sì, tipo. Una specie, più o meno. La musica si è stoppata. Many had tried, but no one had managed to success in creating anything like this. Until now, with the combined effort of myself and Freewin. It was only by chance that we discovered a collaboration between different crystals' properties and the power that different elements could create using it. Following our discovery, we spent 2 years doing the math and planning our project. Finding the materials and putting the machine together seems impossible back then. Qui dovete mettere la musica perché senza musica è tipo awkward. But now the flying machine stood before us, ready to be unveiled to the public. Our work had let the first directional line between our small, humble town and the capital city being opened. More were sure to establish and open in the coming years. The prince himself had recognized our effort and given us the opportunity to work in the epicenter of the scientific community. We'd be relocated, moving from our own town to the main circle of the Aurium Kingdom to continue our search. The word on the letter was still circling in my head. Oh mio Dio! Un linguaggio angelico ai miei occhi. After a thorough examination of the discoveries and papers submitted by your chemical team, the Grand Alchemical Committee have agreed on overseeing and found your future project. We are honored to invite Auvergne and Fairy to the kingdom for proper room and board. When you will provide with a laboratory and proper materials to increase the speed and accuracy of your research. We have high hope for you. Sparaflesciati. Esatto. Highest regard and best of luck the Grand Alchemical Committee. Finally, our leaves are turning around. With this development, we'll be able to serve both our kingdom and our beloved hometown. È tornata la musica all'improvviso. Quindi è Frerin che ha un lettore CD che riproduce, ha uno stereo anni 90 che riproduce la musichina. Bellissimo. You okay, Dayover? You're totally spacing out. Oh yeah, I'm just excited, I guess. Are you ready to go? Yeah, let's go find our seat. Mi piace tanto la posizione dell'idol, perché non ti immagineresti mai che una persona normale stesse in questa posizione, no? Per parlarti. Wow, they really changed the interior design from my original sketches, huh? My design were better, of course, but I guess cannot complain if we're comfortable. Framing was right. While in the exteriors was exactly what we planned, the actually building team seems to take a lot of liberties with the interior. In realtà sarebbe riassunto che è fuori dal tempo, ok. È più un inner monologue. Sì, ma ci devi mettere un'altra musichina, non devi mai lasciare spazi vuoti di musica, anche se gliela metti piano piano di sottofondo, perché ti lascia quella sensazione di vuoto. Sì, fai con calma, è solo una demo. Questa è una demo, ragazzi, e non è il gioco finito. Nonetheless, this was our creation and its core. It was exciting to see it in person. Devo pagare i musicisti, ma prenditi una musichina del cacchio a 8 bit tra quelle free nei pacchetti su internet e sbattigliela, poi ci pensi ai musicisti. Alright, it was kind of lucky that I was running a little late actually. While I was running to catch up, your sister stopped me to give me this. She said she left it on top of your bag so you would see it, but I guess you're rushing to be here on time. You dropped it without even noticing it was there. A letter from my sister. I wonder. I don't hesitate to give it a read. My dear brother, I'm sorry that vedi, questi momenti qua sono orribili. My dearest brother, I'm sorry that I couldn't be there for your departure. While I'm sure Freewin, come si legge? Freewin, will be able to look after you on my behalf. I know how important this opportunity is for you. I can't wait to hear about your adventures and success in the kingdom. I'm sure if our parents were here, they would be just as proud of you as I am. Safe. It's Freewin, okay. With love, your sister Lucia. P.S. When you get famous, don't forget that it was me who changed your diapers. Carino, molto da sorella maggiore. I carefully closed the letter. That klutz, she always finds some way to embarrass me. Even so, I miss her a lot. I guess I can write to her once we set up the shop in the kingdom. My thoughts are interrupted by Freywin's snickering. Are siblings ever supposed to get along as well as you two do? I swear I can feel the mushiness from over here. I roll my eyes, allowing him to continue. Anyway, we have a long trip ahead of us, and I bet you barely slept last night. You're such a workaholic. You were probably showing blueprints and project notes into your bag until dawn. Hey! I did sleep. I'll have you know I slept like a baby, actually. Actually, I was hoping we could discuss the plan for the crystal divider while we travel. I went over the blueprints this morning and noticed you'd miscalculated the amount of aurium needed for the machine. I can't believe we made a mistake like that. Oh, but don't worry. I've corrected your formula already. I grabbed my notes. Oh boy. I'm really in for it now. Damn, you totally chewed my ear off. Frewin pinches the bridge of his nose, looking quite disgruntled. Our conversation is interrupted, though, by a voice at the end of the train car. Ah, si dice train car? Ah. The ride has come to an end. That's all for now. Thank you everyone for flying with us. We are proud to announce that we have landed safely in the kingdom, and you may now exit the train. Please retrieve your luggage and head for the nearest exit. Watch your step as you exit the car. I'm nearly vibrating in my seat as I listened to the conductor's word. This is our stop, Frewin. As we exited the train and shambled down the safety ramps, I noticed Frewin hesitate. I turned towards him, noticing the slightly anxious look on his face. Hey, over? I'm honestly getting pretty nervous. I mean, this place is huge compared to home, and I mean, we never have been here before. I reach over, giving his hand a reassuring squeeze. We're in this together, Frewin. Even if we screw everything up, we do it together. I see. Frewin laughed a little in response to that. Language over. We're professional now. Ah, that's right, we are. Even if we do fail, you can tell your parents it's all my fault. Oh, please. Well, our guide is waiting for us somewhere at the station. We should gotta give it our all. He squeezes my hand back, the look on his face becoming one of that reads as more determined than he was before. Shall we? I nod, allowing him to lead towards the line of people heading into the station. We find ourselves in a huge crowd of people, all rushing to go to different places, none of them even sparing us a glance. Oh wow, I definitely feel the pressure now. I mean, I know we were acknowledged by the prince himself, but this place is huge. It's nothing like our hometown, è praticamente come essere a Lucca Comics ma senza cosplay. Ti caga nessuno, sei niente, non esisti. Luxus never nervous now. He said it with a tinge of sarcasm, but I can tell that he means that sympathetically. I take a deep breath, stating myself by his side. There is no going back now, Frewin. Let's find that guide. Ripperoni, no cosplay, no party, esatto. Frewin nods, quickly scanning the letter containing the instruction for our arrival. Alright, according to the letter, the person we're looking for is named Celestia. Ah, I wonder how we'll know who that is in this crowd. There is no appearance listed or anything. In that moment, a person wandering from the train car to train car catches my eye. La la, buongiorno. E anche due colori di occhi. Oppure il secondo che è sotto i capelli marroni, non lo so. Per ora sembra che sia... C'è un nome per dirlo, ma non me lo ricordo, Dio mio. Our eyes meet, and she smiles widely before rushing toward us, an excited pep in her step as she draws near. Ah! Sì, è bicromica, come si dice. Eterofobia si chiama, non è bicromica? Si dice eterofobia? Ok. You must be over in Frewin. The committee told me to be on the lookout for you both when you arrived. I am Celestia, and I will be your guide today. She courtesies after saying that, emphasizing the hair point. She's been talking rather quickly this whole time. È praticamente nuda. Vabbè, non è vero, sto scherzando. If you need any help after the main tour is completed, you can find me near the temple. Feel free to ask me for any help at any time. She seems to finally stop to take a breath between her rushed, excited introduction. I wonder if she practiced it or something. Eterocromia. Ok. Eterofobia. Era eterocromia, l'ha detto eterofobia, bene. Ha paura degli etero. She leans forward, taking in the details of my face from quite a short distance. I think I am starting holding my breath. I can tell what she's thinking in that moment. I had not been told that you had such a unique eyes over. I'm sorry. Ah, sorry, I didn't mean it negatively. It is said that eyes like yours are a sign of a long-forgotten god. You must be a very lucky person. I see. Her energy is friendly, but it seems like there is a lot going on with her under the surface. I'm not sure how to take her comments. I can't help but feel uneasy. I couldn't ponder it for long, though as she withdrew herself with my personal space, returning to the formal and dainty stains. I guess tour guide mode switched back on in her brain. Testimoni di Geova, ha già sentito la buona notizia? No. Ovvero dire... I'm so sorry for invading your space like that. I hope my first impression wasn't too bad. Please follow me. We'll move on with your tour now. I nod, gesturing for Freywind to come along too. My sideways glance at him showed that he's rather puzzled by the situation as well. We're fist though, we got a tour to complete. This is the main street. Walking from here, you can reach the market. I recommended visiting Leda's Blossoms and Olvida's Trinkets. I think they'll be really helpful in your research. They'll sell all sorts of component and material, and the shopkeepers are very friendly. Ah well, Olvida is a bit odd, but you shouldn't have any troubles. Call it eccentricism. This is the temple. I'm here almost every morning, so if you find yourself confused about anything or need to ask more questions, please stop by. This here is the place. Dovrei seguire con la freccina le parole perché io sono dislessico, quindi quando leggo tipo mi perdo qualcosa. I hear that even the prince was impressed by your work. You know, that's rather impressive. He views you as a fundamental resource for the whole kingdoms. And our neighbor towns, I can't help but agree with him. I wish you could see him today, but unfortunately, I can promise you'll see him during your stay. He's been busy dealing with the ongoing crisis and all on his own. I wait for a moment to see if she delves further into that, but her mind seems to be elsewhere in seconds. At the end of the tour, I can ask, what's next? She put her hand on her chin and in thought for a moment before perking up, pointing us elsewhere. In that direction, you find the lake. It's a very peaceful place. I'd recommend going there if you have some free time, or if you want to meditate. Oh mio Dio, cos'è? Sta roba! That's a cemetery, ho capito, ma cioè, morire è la fine, ma in tutti i sensi in questo cimitero. That's a cemetery, and behind is the forest. I'd recommend staying away from both right now. There have been more and more reports of spirits attacking people in those areas, especially at night. Spero ci sia qualche sorta di roba magica, perché il cancellino di ferro qui non credo che cambierà molto le cose. If you find yourself in trouble or see something strange, you should try to find the warden. She should be able to help you. And this is where you'll be staying from now on. The first floor is equipped with a shop, and the laboratory has provided for the Grand Alchemy Committee faculty. In the back, they've ensured that you have plenty of space to plant any crop you may need.
On the second floor, there is a dormitory. You'll be rooming with a bright young man who's attending the academy to become a knight. I be heard he's the top of his class. Though I haven't gotten the chance to meet him myself. I'm sure you get along though. He probably won't be here very often, but alchemy is one of the school's subjects though here, so he's probably have to use your shop at some point. Maybe you can use that to befriend him. That should be all you need to navigate the town for now, so I guess I'll end our time here. Do you have any question before we part away? I'm good, really. I don't need anything else. Thanks for your time, Celestia. Thank you as well. I'm sure that you're tired, so I'll be heading home. It was a pleasure being your guide today. Have a nice night. With that, she turned on her heel, leaving quickly. For the first time, Frewin and I are let loose in our new home in the kingdom. Although it sounds tempting to explore everything now that Celestia's gone, I think the long trip is finally getting to us both. We separate after walking upstairs, heading towards our rooms. Ah, non hanno la camera insieme? Which have already been prepared for us. They're nothing special, but they have time to decorate later. We share one last tired glance before our going our separate ways. Good night, Frewin. I smile, letting my stare linger a moment longer. Good night, over. He returned it, a soft smile on his face, although his exhaustion is apparent. I close my door behind me as our gaze break from each other. Jeez, I'm so tired. I'm more than done with today. I wonder if Frewin is already asleep. Probably, knowing him. As I lay down, fatigue washes over me. Haha, washes over me. Haha. I really wasn't expecting to ever work so much. I feel myself starting to fall asleep at last. Something is moving around outside. There is no way I'm imagining that. What should I do? Investigate. Something could be wrong. If we get robbed or the house is damaged, it could be reflect badly on the Alchemical Committee's decision to support us. I can just ignore them. Let's do this. Taking a deep breath to steady myself, I climb out of bed. Okay. Putting on my coat and shoes to head downstairs. It sounds like the noises are coming from the garden. The air is cold when I push open the back door. Despite my paranoid thought, no spirits jump out to attack me the second I step outside. Still, I take a cursory glance around, trying to figure it out where the noises I heard would have come from. Is that a lantern? There is a light in the distance, near the greenhouse, unmistakably a light. I rush towards it to investigate, caution leaving my mind. You seem distracted. A voice, and not one I recognize. Do be more careful, Spica. If you lose your pouch, I would be able to stop you from turning to dust. Were you always so careless? There is a casual aura to the words, almost like whoever there is speaking to an old friend. Not really the kind of talk that you expect from a dangerous brother. Who's there? Che bei vestiti. Molto circensi. Mi piace, fa molto Book of Circus di Kuroshitsugi. Mi piace. Ah? Is something wrong? I'm incredulous at the flat tone and obvious question the man before me asked. Sir, this is a private property. You should be here. I'm looking up and down, but it finally clicks in my head exactly what he's here for. Meno zombie. Molto carino. This man is alchemist just like me, and he's been raiding my brand new garden for resources. Hey! For a moment, I'm relying. My first day in the kingdom, and I'm being robbed by a fellow alchemist nonetheless. I stepped forward intending to confront him more directly, the fear leaving me completely. Now that I can see him more clearly, though, I realize that he wasn't doing this operation alone. His companion, however, is not a person, but a skeletal cat. A product of necromancies, no doubt, but there haven't been any recorded necromancers in years. As far as anyone knows, it is a long dead forgotten from alchemical science. Ah, la necromanzia non è magia, è alchemica? Almeno in questo mondo. There are no living necromancers left. My stunned silence seems to catch his attention, and he is the first to... Ah! Cosa ho cliccato? Non voglio salvare. Resume. Credo che sia resume. Resume, sì. Resuma. Ok. Break clearing his throat. I see. I offer my deepest apology. It appears I've committed a number of transgressions against you. I thought this land was abandoned. I've used it to a garden for quite some time now. Overlook it. At times like this, you have to compromise, right? I can't miss out on a chance like this. What are these odds that I'll meet another necromancer in this lifetime? What if he is the only one left in the world? Hey, let's make a deal. I'll let you take whatever plans you need, no request asked, and no consequences. If, and only if, I waggle my finger at him to empathize. My words before using it to point at the undead creature perches upon his shoulder. You tell me about this latter creature, and now you made it. If I can learn something valuable here, I'll let you go. He blinks, as if confounded by my offer, or perhaps my curiosity. Ah, I see. Are you perhaps interested in necromancy? Absolutely. All this time I thought necromancer had gone extinct. I thought the practice was dead in the water. Avete capito? The practice was dead. Ridete. Never to be recovered long before I was even born. I cleared my throat, readjusting my volume at the realization that I was nearly yelling at the man before me. Besides, your little companion here is rather cute. His face rarely gives way to any sort of expression that may clue me into what he's thinking. But judging by the way he slowly shifts his gaze to the skeleton cat and back to me, I can tell he is listening. Her name is Pika. She is a dear friend to me. Okay, he speaks slowly, but he is willing to answer some degree. We're making progress. I can't help but feel that I made the right choice. Sono stato bravo. Oh my, hello, Pika. I move forward slowly and gently shaking her bony paw with my hand. I'm over. It is a pleasure to meet you, despite the circumstances. And what might be the name of the man accompanying you, Pika? Sono un bimbo bravissimo, sì. I glance at the necromancer, finding him already looking at me, rather intently. After the few seconds, he averts his gaze from mine. I am Darnell. È figo, ma tutti con la cosa, cioè tutti con gli occhi diversi. It's hard to tell, but I think he seems happy. While I am always honored to share my scientific findings and use detail to my studies, it seems a bit unsafe to do it here, and this time of night. But if you would allow it, I'd be more than happy to return this weekend at more decent time. You promise? There is a moment of silence. Ci sono 3/4 d'ora di silence, non un momento. Good night, then. Do stay safe until we meet again. Bye. With that, he turns on his heel and disappears into the darkness rather quickly. What a strange encounter. It feels like a valuable one, though. I hope the man intends to stay true to his word. I should get back to bed, then. It seems my future in the kingdom will be quite busy. Non ti frega che ti è entrato un tizio in casa a cavolo, no? Tu fai amicizia, sei praticamente Sora. Se Happy Go Lucky poteva ucciderti, poteva trasformarti in uno zombie, poteva, non lo so, derubarti. No, adesso siamo amici, perfetto, il potere dell'amicizia, evviva. Io l'avrei ucciso come minimo. Oh, excuse me, if I come to again, sunlight hid my face through the ajar curtains. Il potere dell'amicizia, esatto. My friends are my power. I feel more well rested than I thought I would. Oh, shoot. I think I actually overslept a little. Regardless, it is time to plan out the day. Oh, che bella è tornata la musica. Mi sento senza soggezione quando c'è totale silenzio, non lo so perché. I could spend some extra time preparing the shop before we open, or go exploring while we have the chance. Siamo diligenti? Oppure siamo delle personcine molto frivole a cui piace farsi i cazzi propri? Ti devi cacare sotto. Guarda, giusto per questa volta giocherò il ruolo del ragazzino diligente. That probably is the most responsible option. The shop is the whole reason we're here. We don't want to seem unprepared when the shop's inauguration rolls around. As I carefully walk down the stairs, I hear Freywin call for me. Hey, over! Could you grab something for me? Forse gli dovrei fare una voce un po' più frivola a Freywin. Un po' più, non lo so, vecchio amico di vecchia data. I needed the box with the gears printed on the front. Bring it to the back for me, please. Oh, sure, hang on. Reacting to the bottom of the stairs, I look around the end of the pile of packed boxes. It's actually got smaller since yesterday, so I guess Freywin was working on it pretty early before I got up. It only takes a second to locate the box Freywin asked for, and I pick it up. Oop. As I stand up, though, I heard a loud noise and stop in my tracks. My head snaps toward the source of the noise, revealing that the front door of our shop had been swung open rather violently. Non so voi, ma la stanza è diventata improvvisamente un po' più calda. Woohoo! Buongiorno! Mi devo schiarire la voce, scusate. Ho bisogno di prendere... Sentite voi anche questa canzoncina di sottofondo? Sefiro! È il caso non si capisse, lui è il mio fave. No, guarda, non si capisce, no. Non è per niente assolutamente dominante nella storia. Ok, prepariamoci. Through the entrance, an elf entered the room, followed by a small group of that appear to be come si legge questo? Oddio, non lo so. Cliché? Be a cliché of some sort. They all seem to be wearing similar clothes. Perhaps it's some kind of uniform. È click? Ah, è click, non è cliché quello. Ok. Mai letto quella frase in vita mia. Hello? Please be careful with the door. Guarda che figo! Guarda che figo che è! Ha gli occhi un po' da insicuro, però, eh? Si vede. È un po' insicurino, però, cioè, veste da figone. I'm very sorry, but we're still close as right now. Please come back to the actual day. A lui gli facciamo la voce suadente. Huh? I was told to some amazing alchemist had moved in, but you appear to just be some dumb, boring human. Ah, era la frase che mi avevi fatto leggere. Pardon? The group trailing him sneakers, turning to speak to each other in hushed voice. They covered their mouth with their hands, ensuring it can be read their lips. Their energy is smug. It's clear they're laughing about the way the man is treating me. I wasn't fully informed about who would be lodging with. I mean, without the described as you, I was sure be living with another half, but they sent you out hard. Porca troia la pubblicità. Sabbati! I am at a loss of words to stare at him, mouth agape, waiting for something snarky to come out of my mouth in retort. Ah, ma aspetta, ma questo è over. Questo è over. Scusate, ho sbagliato io. Before I can fully formulate something to say, I hear shuffling come from behind me, signaling that Freywin has returned to the main room to see what's going on. What's with all the noise? The man's eyed waiting Freywin's appearance. So there is an elf here. What a relief. Ah, ok. Ah, no, aspetta. Cacchio. Mi confondo. Why would you supers love working with some lovely human? Excuse me? I can see Freywin's expression immediately sour at the man's word. I don't think you should be speaking that way about my partner. Ah, so you are the head of the shop. The human's just helper. That explains everything. The man either doesn't notice or doesn't care about Freywin's obvious discomfort and annoyance. He's just smirk and gesture at his clique. Pleased with himself, now that he's gotten the answer he wanted from the start. I'm glad to make you acquainted. I'm sure you're our housemate, then. Freywin doesn't give him time to finish. You know, your guide praised you're ugly, telling us how intelligent and kind you seems. When I hear where we're roaming with a future knight, I'm sure you would be much more refined than this. Did your parents raise you in a barn? The man's eyes twitched. His entire body seemed stiffer than Freywin's lack of hesitation as a harsh word. I thought so. I kindly ask you leave before I have to kick you out myself. And if you could so generous, don't come back until you learn some manners. I'm sure the Academy will find something to do with you. The elf followed being too sneaker again, but now they turn away from him, crowding between themselves and leaving him so exposed. It's clear that they've completely switched sides. QTC elf. Sarei io? Ok. He acts a thought, but as soon as the real elf speaks up, he deflates like a balloon. Moody elf. È lui? Non capisco! Oh, please, did you really expect the halfling of Toll to candle to a full blood? It's just so pathetic. You can't help but laugh. I wonder if he'll cry. I'll flinch their mocking tones, even though they're no longer directed at me. One of the elves stepped forward, placing a cold hand on our housemate's shoulder. He seems to be struggling to recover from Freywin's judgment. Mature elf. Ci sono così tanti pronomi prima di elf. Come on, Tate. You've embarrassed yourself enough for one day. Let's get out of it before you make the whole academy look bad. So his name is Tade. Lui si chiama Tade, ok? His eyes are downcast at the groups pulling him away, back onto the streets and away from our shop. As the door drags close behind them, a silence falls over the shop. Despite how rude he was, I kind of pity him. His group seems to have a lower opinion of him than anybody else. What a sad life to live. Poverino. È un figone, non è vero? Lui è un figone. Well, that sure was something. Freywin finally speaks, snapping me out of my thought. Are you okay? That was so uncalled for. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm more confused than anything else. Anyways, glazing around, there's still plenty of unpacking to do. We're probably behind schedule at this point, so there is no time to dwell on the interaction. Alright. I shake the box in my hand gently as I remembered its presence, trying to get Freywin's attention. Well, you want this anyways. And we finished. Phew! There was so much more work than I expected. I lean over, resting my hand on my thighs and leaving a dramatic sigh. Yeah, no, my back hurts so much. I can't wait to finally get some rest. That jerk from early put me in such a bad mood. They didn't even think to apologize before they ran off. As soon as those words leave his mouth, I hear the shop door open gently behind me. Man, we really need to install a bell. or add a sign to say we're closed. Excuse me, the shop is You again? Before me stands Tate, the man from before. His posture is notably more timid and gloomy than before. I'm here to talk. I'm here to talk the human. Really? What do you want with over? Fairwin stands near me, and if he's trying to intimidate Tate out of pushing his luck again. I thought I made clear that you're not welcome here. If you think and act like that, I realize that. I wish to speak to the human alone. Fairwin mockingly holds a hand up to his ear, acting as if he can't hear what Tate is saying. Huh? What was that? Maybe repeat yourself. It might help if you use Over's name in this time, you know? I don't care for your games. I just want to talk to him. Leave us already. Ah, shit. By the look in their eyes, I can only guess that they're imagining lighting each other on fight right now. Or worse. I should probably step in. Letting out a heavy sigh, I interject. Whatever business you have with me, you can say it from Frewins too. We're partners, after all. He stares at me, clearly caught off guard by me putting my foot down, and he's hesitantly glanced at Frewin at the last time before he starts talking. Fine. I just wanted to say that, sorry or whatever, but what is it really? His voice trailed off, muttering his apology, as if not confident in giving it. Mimicking Frewin's action for slightly eerie, I raised my hand, cupping it around my ears. What was that? I didn't catch it. Could you say it a little louder this time? Tame seemed frustrated. I said that I'm so... Oh, make up your mind, would you? Frewin cuts in, his temper getting the best of him. You didn't seriously just come here to mumble yourself, didn't you? If you want to say something to Over, spit it out already. Tate decided stepping forward and ignoring Frewin, who's glaring, daggering into his side. The tension in the room makes me nervous. But Tate bows his head, speaking in a loud, even tone. I'm sorry for how I behaved this morning. I understand that it was rude. Reprehensible, even. I realize I should not have addressed you in the manner I did, and that I undermined your status as an alchemist hired by the kingdom. I have a responsibility to be a decent housemate to you, if nothing else. There is a moment of silence, Tate keeping his head bowed, waiting for a response. I glance at Frewin, seeing his roll eyes. Do you really think that's going to... I hold up a hand in front of Frewin, trying gently sign to him that I can handle this on my own. I forgive you. Absolutely. Alright, Tate, I don't want to hold grudges against someone I have to live with. Nor do I want to be able to reason if you ever suddenly find somewhere else to stay. You seems to at least regret your action. I understand that ongoing up like this can be hard. I sighed, squeezing the bridge of my nose between my finger. I let this slide, but just this once. If it happens again, I won't be so patient, and you may have to figure it out back in living space. Of course. He still has a gloomy look on his face, but he quickly bows on one more time. Thank you for your kindness. He's so tense still. It is normal to be this uncomfortable. Maybe he is not used to apologize to people like this. I clear my throat, putting on a smile and trying to ease the tension. If you let me, I think it's a good time for us to start over. I am Over. I didn't get to introduce myself properly. And I'm Frewin. Just so we're clear, though, we aren't friends. We ain't friends. Just because Over forgive you, it doesn't mean I will. Watch your back. Tate stares at the floor. His feet are clenched tightly into balls by his sides. I understand. I'm Tate. and I look forward to our cohabitation. Yeah, no, this atmosphere is still really heavy. At least nobody got hurt. Taze slink off quietly after that, probably to skulk somewhere else in the house, leaving Frey and I to finish clean up the shop and head to bed. I drag myself up the stairs, seeking nothing but the relief of my bed. Frewing and Tade are still downstairs. If they're talking, I don't hear anything. Knowing Frewing and judging by Tade's demeanor, I wouldn't be surprised if they're giving each other some major silent treatment right now. But none of that matters. The situation is handled, and I'm more than exhausted. That completes my second day in the kingdom, doesn't it? I can't believe that it only took 2 days in a new place for me to end up with a migraine, huh? I quietly close my door, slipping off my shoes now that I'm alone in my room. I take a deep breath, reflecting on it all. Despite how the day went, I'm pretty excited to see what else will come in my way this new place. Who knows what other strange people I could meet? There is so many things to look forward to, not just for my career, but for my personal life. I should really get some sleep. I'm sure tomorrow will be just as hectic, and I can't wait to see how. Thank you for playing Alchemical Reaction. E questa, signori, era la demo della nostra cara Chizuni. Guardate che bellina che è venuta fuori con i disegnini e tutto. Quando il gioco sarà bello pronto, doppiato e tutto, sì, perché questo gioco sarà doppiato, ve lo faremo sapere e poi magari lo giocheremo, lo consiglieremo e quant'altro. Spero che vi sia piaciuto prontamente, perché a me è piaciuto, a dirla tutta. Ed era solo l'introduzione, immaginate che cosa diventerà più avanti. Ovviamente questo è un date sim, un sim date, non so come si dice di preciso, quindi ci saranno anche relazioni e quant'altro. Molto molto carino, molto molto carino. Consigliato, la demo la trovate nel sito, aspettate che io non mi ricordo. Nel frattempo vi schippo a Just Chatting. Allora, aspettate. Se volete giocare la demo, la trovate. Io non so se posso mettere i link da admin sulla mia chat, però vediamo. Vediamo se ci riesco. Vediamo. Sì, me lo fa scrivere da admin. Allora, questo qui è il link dalla quale potete scaricare il gioco. C'è per Mac, c'è per PC, eccetera, eccetera. Lo potete scaricare direttamente da lì se lo volete provare. E con questo diciamo che si conclude questa live. Mi ha fatto tanto tanto piacere giocare questo gioco e forse, non è ancora detto, però vedremo, riuscirò anche a doppiarlo addirittura. Lascio a voi pensare quale sarà il mio ruolo tra i tanti che avete visto oggi. Ce ne sono stati 4 principalmente. E no, non sono la donna, incredibile, vero? Mi fa piacere che ti sia piaciuto. Sì, è molto molto carino sia a livello di disegni che a livello di interloquio, diciamo. Poi logicamente, ragazzi, non ci sarà solo in inglese, ci sarà in un sacco di lingue, tra cui l'italiano, quindi non vi preoccupate, non sarà solo in inglese. Sicuramente lo hanno fatto in inglese perché comunque è più accessibile a tutti, ok? Però c'è anche in italiano, ci sarà perfino in giapponese, mi hanno detto, quindi figuratevi, sarà bellino bellino bellino. E vedremo un po' di giocarlo quando uscirà a questo punto, dai, lo consigliamo un po' a tutti. Via, ragazzoni, io vado a chiudere questa live e ne vado a fare un'altra dove andremo a giocare a Castlevania Lord of Shadow 2. Vi ringrazio per essere passati e anche chi di voi lo guarderà anche in passo. Mi raccomando, considerate di provare la demo e di dare supporto a questo progetto se vi fa piacere. E per il resto vi auguro un buon proseguimento. A dopo, ragazzi!